Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters out there. Welcome. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the Trader's Edge. Thanks so much for joining me. I absolutely love being here with you. And we are going to have a terrific Thursday, maybe a thunderous Thursday as well. You know, we've had the futures all over the place. We got King Dollar on the move, pulling back a little bit. And right now you got the S&Ps are up about, the futures are up about 4.5. NASDAQ futures up 7. Dow futures up 47. And we'll go take a look at the markets. And, you know, folks, we're coming to you live from the TFNN television and radio network. And thank you to all you folks listening to us over in Spokane and on the West Coast this morning. And for everyone else that is listening to us live, please go to TFNN.com and watch us on TigerTV. You know, each day we make things a little bit better around here. You know, even today we've got things laid out just a little bit different. It's always great to have growth. I mean, you know, if you're not giving, you're not living. If you're not growing, what are you doing? That's right. We don't talk about what you're not doing, but it's all about growth. Hopefully you're here, and I'm going to be able to help you grow a little bit. Maybe it's in your trading. Maybe you are an active trader, and maybe there'll be just something here that you learned this morning. Maybe you are not in the market. You've been scared out of the market. You're scared to death about losing money. And I get that. I understand that. And it's just an emotion. And it's just a fear that has to be dealt with. That's that false evidence appearing real, folks. And, you know, what you need is you just need to be able to start your day off. Make sure you are in a peak state of mind. We got my favorite spot that we always look at because it's all about being rock solid. Now, you know, I love true stories. We all love inspiring stories. I hope we love inspiring stories. Some of us watch, you know, movies, and you watch them over and over and over again. And, you know, what I like you to be able to do is to create your own movie inside your mind. And so talking about just simply being rock solid, you know, metaphors, they're really important. Metaphors are really important. The thing is, you want to get rid of the bad metaphors in your life, and you want to replace those with the good metaphors. So if you're inspired by others, and that helps you to take action, how many of you out there actually know the story of Sylvester Stallone? Do you know his story by any chance? It's an absolute great story, and it goes in line with The Rock, okay? Because, you know, I like looking at my favorite rock. It's a great vision. It helps me to become rock solid. And so why not tell you a little story about Sylvester Stallone, the rock story, if you will. Now, you know, Sylvester Stallone says, this is a true story, folks, so all of this is true. He says that he knew from, in essence, the moment he was born, but as far back as he can remember, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. He knew he wanted to be in motion pictures. I mean, there was no question. That's what he knew he wanted to do. That was his vision. And his vision, folks, was a huge vision. And you want to make sure that your visions are large. You don't want small visions. Small visions don't move people. He had a tough time right from the get-go. I mean, he was pulled out, you know, of his mother's womb with the forceps. And in his case there, it was a little bit different than others. It's really what gave him the shape of his head, his face, if you will. You know, it's a little bit different than most. It actually is the way it created his speech pattern, the way that he speaks. Yeah, certainly being from New Jersey, being from that area helped a little bit. But, you know, right from the get-go, he had it a little rough. Well, like anybody else that's going after their dream, you know, normally it's not handed to you on a silver platter. Normally, you've got to really want it. You've really got to want it. The universe is going to test you. In his case, it was no different. You know, he wanted to be a star. He wanted to be in movies. He went around to agents. I mean, he went to 1,500 agents in New York. Now, folks, there's not 1,500 agents in New York. And all of them said no. Absolutely not. You can't be a movie star. Go do something else. You know, you don't have the looks. You don't have the right talk. He went to agents, and how he went to 1,500 agents, he went to, you know, 500 of them, you know, 4 times, if you will, 3 times, if you will. They said no. He didn't believe him. He finally, well, this true story. One time he went to this one agent. He supposedly had an appointment with him. He stayed in the guy's office or, you know, in the waiting room all day. The guy left. Somehow the guy left. He stayed there and slept all night long. When the guy came back, The agent came back in the morning. He finally had Rocky come in, give him an appointment, talk to him, and found a role for him to play in. Found a role for him to play in, and in fact, his first 3 scenes, folks, were about 20, 30 seconds apiece. And it didn't go anywhere. And he was broke. He was getting more broke. He created a script that he sold for $100. It was called Paradise. The name will come to me in a minute. But he sold his first script for $100. $100 didn't last a whole long time. He hocked his wife's jewelry. And not really a good thing, That didn't go over real good with the wife. But, they needed money. He needed to survive. And he was down to his last thing to sell. It was his dog. And he actually one day went down to a liquor store and tried selling the dog, and somebody finally offered him $25. Not a lot of money, but he needed $25. He couldn't afford to heat the house. Took the $25, and that was his low point in life. Most of us, folks, reach some type of low point in our life. It's kind of like the markets, if you will. You hit lows, maybe you hit rock bottom, maybe you hit it once before and you bounce off it. Maybe it's a double bottom test. Maybe it's some type of A, B, C, D on the way down, and that was his. That was his in life. It works the same way in life as it does in the markets that we trade. That was his low moment. He was crying, absolutely crying, and he happened to see a fight between Muhammad Ali and a guy named Wapner, and was watching this fight, and Wapner went on for 15 rounds with Muhammad Ali. Absolutely got the pulp beat out of him. When after that fight, when he saw that fight, he knew right then and there what the story was that he was going to write. I mean, you can already see that, right? He wrote for 20 hours straight, didn't sleep, didn't stop. Simply wrote, and in 20 hours, he was able to produce the entire script for Rocky. So now he has this script for Rocky, and he's shopping it, just like when he first started out and trying to, to become an actor, go to 1,500 guys, or really 500 people 3 times, and he couldn't sell it. Finally, one day, 2 guys give him a call. They had read the script. They wanted to buy it. They offered him $125 grand. $125 grand. Here's a guy just sold his dog not too long ago for $25. He said, it's a deal with one condition. The condition is, I'm Rocky. And they said, there's no way. There's no way we're going to pay you $125,000. You're not a movie star. You don't look like a movie star. We want somebody like Ryan O'Neal. That's actually who, can you imagine that, folks? Who they had scripted for this part was Ryan O'Neal to play Rocky. Imagine that one. Sly said, no way, walked out of the meeting. He was going to be Rocky. A couple weeks later, the guys call him back, offer him $250,000. He said, am I playing Rocky? They said, no. He said, no deal. They countered. $325,000. You realize how that would have changed Sylvester Stallone's life? He said, absolutely not. He had a big vision. He had a powerful vision. He knew what he wanted to do. They called him back about a week later or so, and they created a new deal. The deal was this. They paid him $35 grand and points, meaning a percentage of the take, of the box office take, and he could play Rocky. They said, if we're going to let you play Rocky, we don't think this thing is going to work, and so, we're not going to invest a whole lot into it. They actually put $1 million into the original movie. And we know how it turned out, right, folks? Or maybe you don't know exactly how it turned out. The first movie, Rocky, has grossed over $225 million. $225 million, folks. Why is it that you want to have a big vision, and no matter what the universe throws at you, you want to just keep forging forward? With pig-headed, with bull-headed, tenacity, if you will. It's because you, too, can have your Rocky story. Whether it's looking at this rock-solid place in Lanai or wherever it is in your mind, if you need to be inspired by others, maybe I can help you to be inspired. Maybe it's a Roger Bannister moment. Maybe it's a Rocky moment. Maybe it's the gal from the Olympics. Maybe it's the Olympic U.S. hockey team. But find your moment. Find your fuse. Find your drive. The markets have fuses. A lot of them are lunar cycles that are going on out there. But find your fuse. What's your Rocky moment? What's your vision? What is your big vision, folks? You want to be able to find it. Cool story. The story obviously is not over. The stories are never over. And the actual I talk about franchises and the importance of franchises, folks. And in the case of Rocky, do you realize how much money that franchise has brought in? It's a lot of money, folks. At this stage, over $1.8 billion, just because what he did was he went after his dream. So I want you to do that, too, as well. And if we just quickly find your Rocky moment, folks. So if we switch over to the Dow right now, I got the Dow futures up on the screen. And if you were here yesterday, what you were taking a look at, you were looking at this up channel that we were in. We busted through that just slightly this morning. Right now, when you bust through these channels here, it's going to be interesting to see how this day trades, because it's come back up and it's tested, the bottom of that up channel. If you go take a look at what's going on inside the ES mini contract here, and we pull that up on my screen. Again, you can catch all of this on TigerTV. You can see how that busted through the channel just slightly. It's back up, touching the top of that. I can maybe take my bottom channel line there, if you will, and draw it so that it's down. But, we've been talking about being in this triangular sideways move, if you will, and it keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And at some point in time here, and it may be today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to break out of this thing one way or another. It may not be today. Right now, today, it's giving us its first sign of what's going on. And why is it going? Why is it happening, folks? It's happening because of King Dollar. Tom's King Dollar is back, folks, and that is what is moving the markets. When we get back, when we come back from break here, I'm going to go show you a 3-drive to a bottom pattern in the 10-minute chart on the dollar index. If you haven't seen it, go out there and try and find it before I show it to you. Take a look at it, the 10-minute chart, go back. It happened yesterday. It was a beautiful thing. Folks, we'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. You've got the ES Mini is pretty much flat. NASDAQ up a couple points. The Dow up 18. And, I was talking about the U.S. dollar index on the 10-minute chart. So hopefully you've had enough time to punch that up there. But before we do that, actually, I was telling the inspiring, in my opinion, inspiring story of Sylvester Stallone. And each of us have got our own inspiring stories, or we're building our own inspiring stories right now. We continue to create our own movies. I hope we do. And I didn't even tell you the best part of the story. Picture this. He sells the script of Rocky, right? One of the best days of his life. He gets to star in his movie. That was his vision. He gets $35,000. And what do you think he does with that $35,000? You think he went out and celebrated on the town? Absolutely not. He went back to that same liquor store where he sold his dog. He had hoped that the guy that he sold it to would come back into the store. And sure enough, on the third day, the guy comes back in. And he says, "Do you remember me? You bought my dog, a few months ago or what have you, and that was my best friend. He gave me unconditional love." And the guy says, "Yeah, I know your dog. It's my dog now. And he's a great dog." And he said, "Well, look, I was really hard times. It was the lowest moment of my life. I want to buy my dog back. Please, I'll pay you $100. Guy said, "Not a chance. That is my dog." He said, "I'll pay you $500. Guy said, "Not a chance. That is my dog." Rocky said, "I'm going to take massive action." He said, "I'll pay you $1,000. Not a chance. $5,000. No way. You know how much he sold his dog for, folks? $25,000, or bought his dog back. $25,000. The $35,000 that he got from Rocky, he went ahead, paid $25,000, got his dog back, got that unconditional love back. He didn't get unconditional love from his wife when he sold that jewelry, folks. So pretty cool story, and a cool enough story to see what it turned into. And I hope that you're here to be able to find your Rocky moment, because it is here. It is right in front of you. When we take a look at patterns, one of the coolest things about what we do when we trade is the markets are doing nothing but communicating to us. And as soon as you learn the language, as soon as you learn the dance, folks, it is one of the most fun, energizing things that you can do. The technology, the information that's available to us. Let's see how good you were at finding that 3 drive to a bottom pattern. The first drive took place right at about the 7:30 a.m. time on November the 16th. That was a couple days. Was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Today's the 17th. Yep. And the second drive, I know it was because I was watching it unfold. And the next second drive was at 11:10 in the morning, got down to a low there of 78.11. The third drive took place right as our markets were making their highs. You know, yesterday was like every other day lately where we've got volatility. It's up, it's down, it's all around. And the third drive was made right here at 1340. At 1:40 in the afternoon. Now, I'm going to turn on a little pattern here. What you'll see is we had 1.272 expansions between those swing points. Now, when we were making that three drive to a pattern on the 10-minute chart, it's there in the 5-minute chart. What's so cool is you were coming back into a candle from 5:10 in the morning. That was making a move of a move. So you were coming down. You've heard us talk about making a move of a move. That's what you were doing with that three drive. So you're coming back to where you would normally do something different. But you were also coming into this hammer candle that was out there. That was cool because that's where it says in this chart that you're looking at, the bulls had the upside here because the bulls were able to push the market up. So let me just turn this on. You'll be able to see this on TigerTV. You'll be able to see those patterns. You'll be able to see those 1.272. And actually, if I blew it up, which I can do, you just won't be able to see it that well, you'll see that it was also a retracement of 0.618 and a 0.786 of some retracements that are on the left side of the chart. So you're making a three-drive pattern after coming back into a swing point where you're making a move of a move. The swing point happens to be a hammer. And also, if you go back further, you've got these contractions at 618, 786. And look what the dollar index did from there. Absolutely splendid, absolutely wonderful. You know, goes up and it makes an expansion, a little bit less than 1.272 expansion from the swing high that it had at 2 in the morning on November 16th. So very, very cool. Now if we take a look at the dollar index, and what did it do this morning? Okay, it was up, it was down, it was all around. Take a look at this, folks. Between swing points here, the low that we put in on the dollar index was done at about 9:10 this morning, 9:29 right now. Look at this. You've got a 1.272 expansion from one swing point, a 1.618 from another. In this case here, pretty much close to, it didn't make the full move, or the move was a little bit over a 0.786 retracement. You want to understand the sacred geometry, folks, because it is a beautiful thing. What did it also do? There's an A to B equals C to D. Made a little bit over a 1-to-1 A, B, C, D. 877-927-6648. We get back. We'll see how the markets are going to pop and then drop.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks, and we are off to the races. You've got the Dow down 13 points. You got the S&Ps down 3. Composite down 7.5. Small caps are down about a point. Pretty flat out there. And let's see, you've got Apple's down a couple of bucks. Google's down 3. Amazon down 1. Intel down just a little bit flat, maybe down 13 pennies. And, I said when we were leaving here, for that last break there, let's go see if we're going to pop and drop. Now, why did I say that? Why did I say that? Well, the reason is because we were just talking about the U.S. dollar index, and we're just taking a look at it on a 10-minute chart. I really gave you the clue as we were going into the break. Right now, the correlation exists between the U.S. dollar index and our markets. As the dollar index goes up, our markets go down. As the dollar index goes down, the markets go back up. And what was I showing you on the screen? I was showing you all that beautiful sacred geometry. Look at all the patterns that actually are out there. And that's what I want you to understand. I want you to have this visual palette. I want you to be your Rembrandt, your Picasso of these charts. I want you to take on that role. Because when you can take on that role, folks, when you can play the role that you need to play, like Rocky played the role in his life, and look at the outcome he got. There are clues. Success leaves clues. There are clues all over the place. I want you to be a painter of these charts here, no matter what it is you trade. And in this case here, I want you to trade sacred geometry. I want you to add that to your list of tools that you've got in your toolbox. Or if this is simply the first part of the tool, you're saying to yourself, I want to get back into this marketplace, then do it by using this. Do it by using access to the franchise here. Rocky franchise worth a couple $2 billion. Our franchise here at TFNN, it's unlimited. It's worth whatever it is that you want, whatever time you're willing to put into it. We had an ABC down pattern as well. That A point, folks, the ABC down took the U.S. dollar down to about 78.18. What did it get down to? It got down to 78. Let me see here. Let me get the right candle there. It got down to a low of 78.14. 78.14, 4 ticks away. Are you kidding me? And then those 4 ticks away, you had a 1.272 and a 1.618 expansion of a swing point. That's why I said we'll pop and drop. Will we just drop all throughout the day? Don't know. You got to watch these patterns out here. But the odds, the probability, mastering probability is all about understanding. It's my newsletter. My service is all about mastering probability. Doesn't mean every trade's going to work. You don't need every trade is not going to work, in fact. trading is nothing more than a distribution of wins and losses. And when your wins or what your wins produce for you exceed your losses, seems pretty simple, right? But folks, and it is really that easy. And you want to understand that losing money is just the spoilage of this part of the business. If you owned a grocery store, it's bananas going bad. You do own a grocery store. You've got groceries at your home. You just went to the grocery store and you transferred them to your house. I'll bet you, come garbage day, you throw out groceries. You've got spoilage. That's what happens in the marketplace. You just got to change. You just got to make a little shift to what's happening out there. So if we take a look at, that's why I said we would pop and drop, because the correlation of the U.S. dollar index. Now, what has to happen for the market to pop? You're going to have to break through these expansion levels. You're going to have to, really what it did was it set up a Gartley pattern. If I draw the Gartley pattern here for you, just so you can more visually see what this looks like on a 10-minute basis here, and I'll draw that. We'll come right down here, and you see you've got a Gartley buy pattern on the U.S. dollar. Now, what happens if this area breaks? This area, if it breaks, it's going to turn into a butterfly pattern. And what I mean by a butterfly is that you'll see the U.S. dollar index. I can tell you exactly where it will go down to. The U.S. dollar index, if this area doesn't hold here, you'll see the U.S. dollar index down around 77.89. You'll see a big pop in the marketplace. It's very cool. How do you know where you're going to unless you know where you've come from? Understand sacred geometry, folks. When we get back, we'll go take a look at the ETFs out there or anything else you'd like. You just got to give me a call, 877-927-6648.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back, 877-927-6648. You got the Dow down 43 points, S&P's down 6, the composite down 12, small caps down 2.5, and leading the charge, if you will, is the SPYs are leading the charge down 0.5% down. Now, if you go around the world here, we've got the DAX is down 63 points. The DAX closes in about an hour at 11:30. Is when they'll close. We'll go take a look at the UK. The FTSE is down 89 points. Overnight, you had Shanghai down 5. You had the Hang Seng down 143 points. The Nikkei was up 16 points. And what I've got up on my screen here, folks, is the S&P cash, the S&P 500. And you can see right now it's trading out at 1230.86. And, so we've broken through this triangle. First time that we've really broken through this triangle here. And so now what we need to see, what do we need to see it? What you're looking for. If you're short, what you need to see is you need to see a break with conviction. So we'd be looking for a wide price spread. You'd look for a wide bar today with some volume. And if you don't get it, if you're a bull, you want to see a narrow price spread and not much volume. And you want to see it get back, and maybe try that top of that range. Now, where it's up against right now and where the battle is going on between the bulls and the bears, it's those two red lines that I've got across the screen. That is truly where the line has been drawn on the chart. It's up at the top of resistance or support right now, which is the bearish engulfing support lines that are out there. It's why you really want to understand these candle patterns. They're easy to understand. They're real easy to understand if you listen in on the show here or you subscribe to my newsletter. But you can see that what we're up against here is we're really up against the high there in that 1229.29 because the candle was engulfed by the prior session. I like to look at the top of that prior session as really being the area in this case here of support. The high there exactly was 1230.71. We traded down to a low. Let's see what the low was so far. Since we've been open, we got down to 1230.24. So that's where the first line of attack is. It's got a little backup, if you will. The second line of attack is where there was another bearish engulfing that was put in, and the high that you'd be looking at there is 1224.61. If you punch through and you close down below that with any kind of conviction, any kind of volume, that sets up now the move to the high volume low of October the 4th. Is that going to happen overnight? Not likely, but I don't know. I don't know when it's going to happen. I just know that you've got a high volume low out there, and it wants to go test it. If you went ahead and you took a look at Apple, let's go take a look at the Apple chart out here. Let me close this. And if we take a look at Apple, which has been the leader, right? Leader on the way up, just a leader all over the place. And Apple was giving us that clear signal that the October 4th lows wanted to be tested. Why? Because Apple already traded into that area, and it got into that area actually and closed into that area on November 14th, 3 trading sessions ago. It popped a little bit on the 15th. It popped because of news, if you will. It really didn't matter to me. All it really did was a 0.382 retracement. Apple confirmed an AB equals CD down. And it did that, it would take it to 374.24. But what I know is when you go study the charts, when you go back and take a look at the palette out there, Island had this island reversal formation. It had another one back in February. And on that February one, it did a 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD down. Why do these patterns repeat, folks? I don't know. I just know that more often than not, they do. In that case there, Apple's going to lead the charge down. And I think Apple, if it does, will get down to and decide to go ahead and test the low of October 4th. The low there on Apple's 354.24. You go test the low on less than 440 million shares, close back above it. You'll see me as a buyer of Apple. You'll see me say, okay, the leader out there, assuming that on its way down we don't see huge volume come out of it, that's a place where you'd want to take a look at buying Apple. You certainly do want to buy it. And then what you can do is you can buy it at that level, and you can go pick up those stranded passengers, at the top of that island in that $420 area. But as you get close to that, you probably might want to consider closing out that Apple trade because that might just be a little takeaway sale, if you will. You're getting close to that island, and you say, nah, I'm going to go ahead and sail away for a bit. So that's what's going on with Apple. Let's go take a look at the ETFs. Let's go take a look at those. Let's take a look at the 10-minute charts out there, see what kind of volume that we've got out here. If we take a look at the small caps, so that's the IWM, folks. That is the Russell 2000. And what you can see right now from the swing point here of 9:40 in the morning on the 16th, you've got a 1.272 expansion. You've got some decent volume from the trading session. Let's see here. Let's see. The first 10 minutes, what you did was 1.9 million shares, then 1.4 million shares. Right now we're in the third trading session, and you're at 1.5 million shares. And we've got another 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. Holy cow. No, we've got more than 3 minutes to go. We've got, 3 minutes to go in that session. And so what you can see here, it's running up against some resistance. You got a 786 retracement from a little bit. Well, actually, you're making the move of the move. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at volume as you're coming into swing points, because it works this way no matter what time frame you trade on. So on the 10-minute chart here, you're looking at the 11:40 a.m. time frame. You had 1.3 million shares trade there. The high on that candle is 72.71. The low is 72.43. So you're coming into that. You're trading right now at 72.57. That has 1.4 million shares. And I said just a minute ago, we're coming into that with 1.5 million. You're already up to 1.8 million. That is telling us that this candle, that there is more selling pressure, and this swing point will likely not hold. And so what you're going to want to see is we'll see, if this gets below and closes below. It doesn't have to do it during this 10-minute session. It can do it during the next 10-minute session. And as long as you stay within inside that candle, you want to wait for it to test the bottom and then decide what it's going to do. Is it going to close below? And because you're coming into that with volume, again, just looking at this on a 10-minute chart, but it works the same way whether you're trading daily, weekly, monthly, 30-minute, 120-minute. It's why you want to understand the power of price and volume. It's why you want to understand swing points. It's nothing more than fear and greed areas, and you can understand the fear that's in there real easily because you'll see a big pop of volume coming in there. You'll see price destruction and pop, and you can see even while we've been on here, it popped down quickly. And so it popped down below. You're still trading inside this area. Volume is picking up. If I just simply use my line tool here before we go to break so you can visually see this, here is the volume as you come in there. I'll get rid of the other one. So that is off the screen. And the small caps are saying right now that they want some lower price until we see a rejection. 877-927-6648. We got a great show lined up for you today. After this program, we've got Tom and I doing the Money Masters, and I'm sure we'll go take a look at King Dollar then. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to your trading and investing. The Money Masters. Next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It is, folks. Welcome back, and make sure you stick around today. Got a good lineup for you. We've got Tom and I doing the Money Master Show. Then I'll follow up again for one more hour with you from 11 to 12, and then Larry Pesavento will hit it out of the park for us from 12 to 1. Coming in, and the warm-up band for Tom today from 3 to 4 is Ken Shreve, and then Tom will take it home from 4 to 6. Now, I do have the light sweet crude oil, the continuous contract, up on my screen right now. It's trading out at 100.93, and if you're looking to go short here, what you'd like to see is it close today, close the session underneath the, let's see here, what did it open yesterday? It opened at 99.32. You'd like to see this close at 99.31. It has broken. You really do have a nice Gartley sell pattern here. You've got this 1.618 expansion, this 0.618 here. The question is, is oil going to trade up to the 0.786 area? And the 0.786 area, folks, would take the light sweet crude contract up to right about there. It would take it right up to about the 106.42 area. The reason why I say that you want to see it close below today is you like to see a confirming signal. And if you can get a close below at 99.32, what you'll end up with is one of those. Looks like you'll end up with a bearish engulfing pattern. So you'd like to be able to, it was just like yesterday in watching the dollar index, having a 3 drive on the 10-minute, come into a move of a move, come into a hammer candle. And what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to look for some confirming signals to go ahead and pull the trigger and go the other way, because we don't have any idea where the markets are going to stop. Just because we can take a look at these patterns, what we use when we create these patterns here, and when we watch these patterns, we look for these patterns, is just simply the probability now of where to enter the trade. And what you want to do is you want to understand, in my opinion, you want to understand what the average daily true range is. You want to understand the volatility, because no matter what pattern you put up here, you want to make sure that all the work that you've put into your trade, that you don't get stopped out just because of the daily noise in the marketplace. And that's very easy to identify. If you come over to our website. You sign up for my newsletter. You can try it for 30 days for free. You get the access to the position size calculator, which calculates for you automatically the average true range. If you're trying to figure out how to pay for that service, if you want to keep that service, well, Tiger Metal Exchange, we set up the partner program. And it's real easy, folks. All you've got to do is go to the homepage of Tiger Metal Exchange. You'll see in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see partner program. It is the most simplest, easiest way for you to make money without really doing a whole lot of work. Your work is where you're already sitting in front of a computer. If you're listening right now, chances are you're listening or you're going to be near a computer very soon. And so what you're doing is you're just simply going in, you're signing up, there's no cost for it, and then you can create a protected list. It's all of the emails that you might have access to, because all of our transactions with inside Tiger Metal Exchange are tracked by email address. And what we want to do is we want to protect you so that if any folks that you send an email, you tell them about Tiger Metal Exchange, you tell them how honest we are, how great our service, and if they are interested in converting some of their flatware, some of their gold or silver jewelry to cash, that when they do that transaction, you're going to get a piece of that action. You're going to get 5%. And once you've put that email in our system, if nobody else has got it, that's yours. So go over there, check it out. It's a real easy thing to do. And you know what I think I'm going to do, folks, is but the newsletters that I've put together this week are really important because they take a look at aspects with regard to channels that we're in, take a look at some astro aspects that are out there. I give you future dates of what, as you can put on your calendar. The newsletter from Monday is absolutely fantastic. Anybody who goes over and signs up between now and Friday, signs up to become a partner at Tiger Metal Exchange, our partner program, I'm going to send you those newsletters for free. So go ahead and check that out, folks. And Tom and I will be back in just about 8 minutes. Thanks for being here, and see you in just a few. To you. God, you got to love those. Yeah, I love the folks that I work with here. I mean, you talk about a great peer group. And, I had this vision yesterday, started off yesterday saying, okay, how can we, I love the openings of my shows. Obviously, I do because, I help create them. But it's just not just me, but it really is all about having a vision and carrying through with it. And, each of us have got to have inspiring moments. There's metaphors that each of us have in our life, and they either propel us to success or they just knock us down. And there's so many great stories out there. I know that you've got a great story. And so what was cool was, I had this little vision yesterday and said, okay, I wanted to have, an additional opening. And we've got great production guys around here. And so, and if you didn't hear the full story, go listen to the first hour segment. It's archived on Channel 14. And, I go through really the full story. I just kind of gave you pretty much the highlights there, the synopsis. What I don't tell you in the opening here was the fact that when Rocky did get that $35,000, that what meant most to him, was going and buying his dog. I mean, that dog gave him unconditional love. Hey, here at TFNN, we give you unconditional love. There's no conditions placed on you listening in, calling in, whether you subscribe to a service. We absolutely loved each. I love doing this, and I love you being here with me. I really do appreciate your presence. I love to go take a look at the markets, maybe help teach you something, give you an idea of where something's going, or just simply inspire you to take some massive action today. You got to take massive action today, no matter what it is that you're trying to accomplish. If it's something on the money side of the world, then you're at the right place. Maybe it's just simply some inspiration that you too can have a rocky moment. So I want you to do that, folks. And again, welcome. You can always give us a call, 877-927-6648. You've got the Dow is down 20. You got the S&P's down 6 right now. You got the composite down 22. Small caps are pretty much flat, so we can go take a look at that. If you take a quick cruise around the world, and markets there in the UK and in Germany should be closing at 11:30. I think I got that right. I think I've got it accounted for on the daylight savings time. We'll check it out. But right now, if we go around, you've got the DAX is down 59. Now, the DAX has come all the way back to flat during the show that Tom and I were doing, the Money Master show. You've got the FTSE down 84, and the FTSE is in the UK is signaling to me, it's really the pound, is signaling to me that there's some other problems over there. Asia, the way that they finished last night, you had the Hang Seng finished down 143 points out at 18,817. Shanghai finished down 5 points at 578, and the Nikkei was up to 84.79. It was up 16 points last night. So what I've got up on my screen here, and hopefully you're watching us on Tiger TV, If not, go to the homepage of TFNN.com, please. Click on Tiger TV. It's always going to get better. In fact, right after Thanksgiving, you'll be able to watch us on your mobile device. So, if you're at work, make sure you get, some nice headphones, that you can stick in one ear. Make sure it's the ear out of the way of somebody maybe walking by at the office or what have you. But you'll be able to listen in on the show. You'll be able to look at your smartphone, your screen on it, and you'll be able to actually see this show live. And it's really cool. I mean, it's really very, very cool. It's so fun to be a part of what we've got going here, and we really do appreciate you being a part of it as well. What I do have up on my screen right now is the SPYs on a 10-minute basis, and one of the things that I do try to teach you is the appreciation and the understanding for sacred geometry, that for some reason, and I don't know why it is, but for some reason there are geometric patterns and numbers that help us to identify fear and greed in the marketplace. And many times we take a look at that fear and greed, and it's referred to as a swing point. To me, it's a fear point or it's a greed point. It's a point where there's so much fear in the marketplace, but the question is, when is that fear going to stop? Or there's so much greed in the marketplace, and when is that going to stop? And it works on any kind of chart. And on this, in this case here, because, the show, it's so rapid, we really don't have much time with you, not enough time. Right now, on a 10-minute chart, if we take a look at the SPYs, and what we can see here is that if you're looking at my screen, maybe you can't see what the numbers are exactly, but certainly let me tell you, what you're looking at. And, visually you can see some swing points down here in the November 9th area. Some of them are in the 2 o'clock time frame. You've got some other swing points in the 11 o'clock time frame on the 10th. And what you can see, what we did today as the SPYs opened, let me make sure, at about 9:50, we did a move of a move. You hear me talk about that, or if you don't know what that is, you want to go get the book, The Art of Timing the Trade. It absolutely is in there. And, books are so important to have in our lives. And, though Tom teaches us, and I've never heard anybody else actually teach this, and you want to know it because it's what happens in markets. And in this case here, you made a move of a move of going back to those swing points. You also made a 1.272 expansion from another swing point, which was from 2:10 in the afternoon on the 10th of November. And so, that's pretty cool. And then what you really do is I just go ahead and get rid of all of these geometric patterns that are on here. So let me pull that off. And that's pretty easy to do. Could have just done that like that. And what you now want to do is you want to come back to these swing points and try to understand, hey, what's going on volume-wise at those swings? So I'm going to use my little line tool here, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the one that's got the highest volume. And the highest volume bar right here would be, looks like at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which you often see. If you want to take a look at what goes on, that's fairly consistent in these markets, is really in the last 10, 20 minutes of trading, you will see volume absolutely come in. And right now, if you were to go back and take a look at the volume at that close, it's at 4 p.m. on November 9th, there were 20 million shares in the SPYs that traded. And when you got down to that level, didn't get exactly into it, we got down to that level at 9:50 this morning, you had only 9.5 million shares. The next trading session at 10 o'clock, 7.9 million shares. So not enough to actually bust through it. So if you don't have enough to bust through it on the way down, then what you're going to do is you're going to do something else. In this case here, you're going to retrace at least. And the top of that swing that I was looking at, or top of that high volume bar, was at 124.85. And, you got above that. You've done it on light volume. You're trading back into it right now. And all it's doing is building a little energy, building a little cause, if you will. If you're looking at this chart here and you've got volume bars in your chart, one of the things you see, this little cascade, this little waterfall where we have had this sell-off. And what you also see is you'll see volume picking up if you're watching my cursor. So we've got, in this case here, when you've got price going down, you've got volume picking up, that makes sense. That tells you that the move and the pressure is to the downside. But where you're going to stop, you're going to stop where there's some holders. This is nothing more than, watching a fight unfold. It's like watching a Rocky fight unfold. And let me tell you, folks, this is going to be a 15-rounder plus. We're going to be here, and I want to be able to show you how to make money in both directions because the market is continuously breathing. Or if it's not in both directions because you don't want to take the short side, maybe what you do is you protect yourself in your long positions. You let the market stop you out because just because I am reading the charts and say it's going to do one thing doesn't mean that that's what it's going to do, but there's ways for you to be able to have yourself taken out of stops by using trailing stops or some actual hard stops in place. And, you know, I absolutely want to be able to teach you the money game. Let's go to our first caller. We've got Deke in Clearwater. Deke, thanks for calling.
Hey, how you doing, Rob? I'm
doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing great, too.
Oh, perfect. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, you too. You guys doing well up there?
Oh, we are. Absolutely. You know, we're looking for, I can't see out of the studio that I'm in, but I'm hoping that the rain, we had a little bit of rain this morning, folks, and I'm hoping it's going to clear out of here and we'll be back to our blue skies.
Yeah, I think it's gone.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, I'm looking at Apple here.
Okay. What are you looking at doing?
Shorting it.
Shorting it. Well, okay. So you don't want to do that just yet. Let me explain why. You wouldn't want to short Apple, and some of it is, do I think Apple is going lower? I absolutely do. That's the way that it's trading right now. But Deke, if you're watching us on Tiger TV right now, what it's doing is going into the October, or if you're just using your own charting software, you want to take a look at that October 4th, 2011 swing point. Really important swing point for Apple because there were 44 million shares that were traded there. Now, we've come into that with lighter volume, and it was rejected. But what you also have going on in Apple is you have a confirmed A to B equals C to D, and that was confirmed on the 10th of November. And so, you know, I think that Apple wants to trade down to maybe about 360 range, perhaps all the way down to 350. But you're trading right now at that 381 level. But because it has rejected that swing point at this stage, you know, the risk-reward really isn't in Apple to short. You would be better off to short Apple if you got a bounce in Apple, and you could get it to get up right into about the 408 area. The 408 area is really the last high that was out there with volume on October 19th. Okay, so what you would want to see to consider doing that, you'd want to see Apple get above 408.42. Close underneath that on lighter volume. But then what you're gonna, you know, you're in is a relatively tight trading range from an Apple standpoint, because it would be a trading range from the 408 into the 380 level. But that's what I would be looking at. So be cautious on this one. You know, what you did do is you did have Apple break a swing point on volume. The problem is that right below it was some really strong support. So I would actually be looking to take a long position in Apple if you could get down to that 352 area on lighter volume.
Alrighty.
All right, man. Hey, Deke, thanks for calling. Always good to hear from you. And and right now, folks, you've got the Dow's just down 10. So we got kind of a flat day, you know, a flat trading session. But if we go take a look at the futures market, you can see it has been up, it has been down, and now it's just a little flat. Anyways, folks, 877-927-6648. What's your Rocky moment, folks? We'll be right back.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, the Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. 877-927-6648. Always such a joy to be with you. And in the on-deck circle, we got our man, Mr. Larry Pesavento. He is getting ready to hit a grand slammer out of here. And then from 3 to 4, we got Ken Shreve, warm-up band for Tom O'Brien from 4 to 6 today. Right now, you got the Dow down 29, the S&P's down 7. You've got the composite down 25, and the small cap still relatively flat. And now what I've got on my screen here in the for Tiger TV, folks, is something you absolutely want to get your head wrapped around if you are trading. And if you're not trading, this is something that you really want to understand, because this is really about the money game. That's really what we're talking about. This is about how you create a forest of trees, because money does grow on trees if you believe it does. And I believe that money grows on trees. And what you want to do, folks, is you want to be able to learn how to pick some of that money off so that you can go have a life of financial freedom. And that's really what the money game is all about. It's about being able to take your investment capital and make that so that it can produce enough income to take care of your monthly expenses. That's what you've got to set up as your game plan, and your money tree is the way that you do that. Well, when you have a tree, how many folks out there have ever had a tree where leaves don't fall off of it? Nobody. Nobody that I know of. Leaves fall off of trees. Well, in our money tree, those leaves that fall off of trees, folks, those are just simply losing trades, if you will. But when you've got a system that actually grows, that grows more leaves than it loses, that's what you call a winning positive expectancy trading system. Or something like that, if you want. And what I'm talking about, what you're looking at on the screen, you should understand your trading. For any of you, no matter who you are, no matter what your trading system is, you want to understand your distribution of wins and losses. It's going to be different in the markets that you trade. In other words, it's going to likely be different in a volatile marketplace. And do you think we've been in a volatile marketplace? Absolutely. Not just volatile. I call it super volatile marketplace that we've been in. And when you're in a super volatile market, what it typically means is that when you're getting into trades, you're not getting these long expansions. You're not getting 3-to-1, 4-to-1, meaning you risk $1 and you make 4. Many times in a volatile marketplace, and especially when you're in tight trading ranges, you might risk $1 and make $1.07. You might risk 50, on average. Okay, you might risk 50 cents and make $1. But on average, and if you take a look, this here is the expectancy system of mastering probability. So if you've ever been wondering, if you've been sitting on the fence with regard to should you use my system or not, or should you test it out for 30 days, well, you'd be the answer to that. I shared this. I put all the details in my newsletter that I put out a couple days ago so that all the subscribers had the information of all the trades, since the newsletter's inception, if you will. And what you'll see is you'll see a distribution of wins and losses, 64% winning trades, 36% losing trades. Now, 30 of those percent, we lost actually less than what we risked. I talk about the 1% risk, where in this case here, let's say 1% on a trade would be $1, and you would lose $1. Well, there are times where I move the stops up along a winning trade, or maybe I see something else go on, and so, there 30% of the time, we've actually lost less than what we wagered. 6% of the time, we've either had stops jumped, or maybe I've moved to stop down or what have you. That's just simply part of trading. Those are those leaves falling off of the tree, if you will. But 64% of the time, we've had winning trades where we've made more than what we risk. We've made, more than 1%. It's not just 1%, but we've made more than that 1% risk, if you will. And what that's giving you, it gives you a factor, in this case here, of 0.36. Understand your trading system and your distribution of wins of losses, because then you can identify about what type of return that's going to give you. Now, we've done, in a period of about 3 or 4 months, about 64 different trades out there, or that have been available for the subscribers to go ahead and take. And folks, what that does is, that's 64 in just since July. It's July, August, September, October. We're already in November. So in about 4 months, about 60 trades. So you can multiply that out and say, okay, that's potentially 180 trades. Well, if you only took 100 trades, okay, only 100 trades, and let's just say it doesn't matter whether you start with 100 grand, 50 grand, 10 grand, whatever it might be, folks, what this is producing on 100 trades, it'll produce 36%. If you only took 50 trades per year, 50 trades would be about 18%. How does that sound to you? Now, I say you've got to take all the trades that are out there, because then you're dealing with the proper distribution of wins and losses. And that's really what the psychology of trading is all about. But, do yourself a favor. Go check out. First, the biggest favor you could do if you're trading is make sure you understand your system and what type of expectancy. Go back and do the work. In the newsletter, I simply show you how to do that. So, go over, check that out, sign up for that, test that out. Even if you just are doing it for the 30-day period of time, or day 29, you're not going to use it, go test it out. Let me give you this gift. Let me teach you. Let me help you understand the trading system that you're using out there. So important, folks. Anyways, you got the Dow is down about 9 points. S&P's down 5. When we get back, we'll go take a look at some ETF indexes or anything else you'd like. Just give me a call, 877-927-6648.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in the complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
Are your cable rates rising? Tired of being pushed around by your provider? It's time to push back. Cut the cable and get Dish Network installed with absolutely no equipment to buy. Here's the best part. Packages start at just $24.99 a month for an entire year. That's right. Call now and get Dish Network installed free. Plus your choice of HBO, Cinemax, or Stars free for 3 months. If you call in right now, Dish Network will also throw in free HD for life. PMG Dish, a Dish Network authorized retailer, is waiting for your call and can have you watching TV as soon as tomorrow. Call 800-565-8010. Imagine all your favorite movies, sports, and shows in crystal clear digital quality for far less money, and you won't have to deal with the cable company anymore. At only $24.99 per month, they're practically giving it away. Call now for full details. Call 800-565-8010. That's 800-565-8010. Again, 800-565-8010. Limited time offer, prices, packages, and programming subject to change without notice. 24-month agreement required. Cancellation fees, auto pay, and paperless billing and other restrictions apply. Call for details.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And I believe in yesterday's show, in the opening segment, the Trader's Edge segment, we were taking a look at the Great British Pound. I just sense, by taking a look at the charts, that there is something going on out there. And what I'm looking at, and it's really important, is that whatever chart patterns you trade, let's say that you trade a daily pattern, it's really important for you to go up at least one level. So if you're trading a daily chart, you want to go take a look at the weekly chart. What I really love about some of the work that Basil does, when he takes a look at a chart or what have you, he'll show the daily, he'll show the 120, he'll show the weekly. And there, if he's trading off of the daily, he understands what's going on an intraday basis. He also understands what he's got, up above. And it is important to really understand the longer term picture as far as what's going on. We take a look at the Great British Pound out here. When it made its highs, and why I like you to understand these candle patterns is because the highs that were made on a weekly chart in the Great British Pound was the April 29th week of 2011. The following week, it creates this bearish engulfing pattern. And you really want to understand that pattern because, it really is it's giving you great signal in advance. It's a wonderful indicator out there. It's wonderful how, and this stuff has been around for thousands of years, so with regard to interpretations and communications of this, of what's going on inside a market. That's why I love, taking a look at these candles. Well, when we take a look at the Great British Pound, number one, you can see that, what it did was it retraced back to this 0.618 area, and it did that in the October. last month, if you will, and the low that it made in the pound was $1.52, if you will. And what you also had was you had an expansion of swing point the last time that it made a move down, which was July 15, 2011. You can see you have a 1.618 and a 0.618. So 1.618 expansion and a 0.618 retracement. You had also an A to B equals C to D pattern in there. So really a nice Gartley buy setup. And when you have that Gartley buy setup, you know, what you will typically do is you'll typically first retrace back to the 0.382 and then to the 0.618. Many times there, the move is over. Well, the 0.618 retracement on the Great British Pound would have been the $1.61 range. What does it get up to? $1.61.65. $1.61.82 was really the 0.618. That is close enough, folks. That is absolutely close enough. So the move was over. Now what's happened? Well, what I was talking about yesterday, I said, you know, let's watch and see what happens, you know, with the Great British Pound. And right now, where it's trading at, this thing will have, you know, engulfed this candle here from last week. And so that is suggesting to me that we've got an even larger A to B equals C to D forming. That will put some strength in the dollar as well. Not as much as the, you know, paying attention to the euro, because the Great British Pound is maybe, I think, about 12% or so of the dollar index, but it's got some influence. But it is signaling that there are some problems going on in Europe. And that A to B equals C to D down would actually, on the weekly basis, take the euro into that 146, 147 area, setting up a larger Gartley buy pattern. So you want to pay attention to candle formations. You want to be able to step up to, you know, if you're trading a 10-minute chart, make sure you're looking at a 30-minute chart, a 120-minute chart. Let's go to Todd in Colorado. Todd, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Oh, good morning, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
Good, thank you.
What part of Colorado are you calling from?
The Denver area.
Oh, great, great. Hey, you guys are in the lead. Tell some friends.
That sounds great. Love to have you guys come out.
Yeah. I am looking forward to getting on the road with Tom and coming out and you know, meeting our listeners and helping to teach things that we just really don't get necessarily a chance to do. You know, face to face is so cool. So right. Cool. Voice to voice is good too. And we're going to have a little voice to voice. We're going to go take a look at WNR. Are you in it? Looking to get in it?
Well, I just want your take on this crazy chart.
Okay.
I'm not in it right now, no.
Okay. When we get back, we'll go to Todd. Then we've got Stephen in Golden, Colorado. We're going to the West Coast, folks. We'll be right back.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And we are on the line with Todd in the Denver area in Colorado. And we are taking a look at the Western Refining. The symbol on that is WNR. And, I was talking, Todd, when we were in our last segment about going back and taking a look at a stock and, seeing, trying to get a big picture. If we were to just simply take a look at the 52-week high on this, we'd say the 52-week high is 21.75. The low is 8.52. PE is about 6.96. It's making money, $1.92 a share. And but if you go back and you really take a look at this stock, folks, this thing traded at a high of $66.13. It did that back in the July 2007 timeframe. This has got a few shareholders that are not in the money, if you will. But what time frame were you taking a look at the stock? Were you looking at it, Todd, on a daily basis? And are you looking to get in? What are your thoughts here?
I guess I just see a lot of volatility, and I was thinking maybe that presented some opportunity.
Well, if you take a look at the volatility, absolutely does create some opportunity. What you like to see is volume on the way up versus volume coming out of this thing on the way down. And yesterday you had 11 million shares on your way down. It made a high in this last trading session, if you will, on November the 8th. With 2.6 million shares, and then you start gapping down and coming down with volume with 11.6 million shares. Today, we've only been trading, folks, for, it's 2 hours, 15 minutes, and you've done another 6.6 million shares. So this is what I would call a markdown, that's continuing to go on. And it looks to me like it's just simply the second range of the markdown. If we just simply pull this to a weekly. Now, one of the things that does stick out, let's put this on a weekly chart for you. Are you watching us on Tiger TV?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So on a weekly chart, this could be setting up, let's just see an ABC down because you got volume to the downside. Our A point, we'd start in the 21.75 area, July 29th, come all the way down to the October 7th time frame, came down with 16 million shares, and then up to last week, where on November 11th, you made a high of 18.24. Now, so what we're in on a weekly basis, and we've got one more day to go in the week, would be tomorrow, and we're into that week that had 16 million shares last week, and what we're doing this week is we're already into it with 20 million shares. So what you've got to do is you've got to actually let it, I guess if you were trying to trade it from a bullish standpoint, what you'd want to see is it go test the lows, and this would happen only next week, and with the holiday week, it's a possibility. But you still got to, you have to account for that a little bit. And you'd want to see this thing at least get to 1134 before you'd make any type of decision. And I suspect that what's really going to happen here is just trying to blow through that 1134 and do it with volume, meaning more than 16 million shares. Then if you do that, what this thing wants to do is it wants to get down to $7.83. And what's so cool about this when you're looking at charts is once you have an idea of where it's going to, then you can go back and take a look at where did it come from. So if you go all the way over to the left side of the chart, the next time that you see a high volume area where the stock actually broke out of was September of 2009. And it broke out with 33 million shares, did it with wide price spread because the low of that session was $5.80 all the way up to a high of $7.95. So isn't it wild how these things will come back to a breakout area?
Yeah, no, I see that.
Okay, so, now you're not going to get any more clues until we see what happens with this weekly candle that we're in, but you got a long-range bar on the daily chart, you got gap down, you got volume picking up. I would say you want to come back to this thing when it gets that $7.83 area, longer term on the weekly chart. Does that help?
Yes, it does. I appreciate it, Steve.
Oh, look, my pleasure. Thanks for calling, and if I don't talk to you before Thanksgiving, have a great Thanksgiving holiday with your friends and family, and tell some more folks out there in Denver about us so that Tom and I can come out there and we can go catch a Colorado hockey game.
Will do.
I'd love to do that. All right, thanks. Let's go to Stephen in Golden, Colorado. Let's shift now. Golden, Colorado from Denver, where that's a little bit further, south and west, or?
Just west.
Just west. Okay, great. How's your day going?
Pretty good so far.
Perfect. And you wanted to look at XRA, which is Exeter Resources.
Correct.
Okay. And tell me what you're, let me pull up the chart here. Tell me what you're looking at. Are you looking at a chart, time frame, anything? What do you?
Well, I'm looking at a chart. I got in this at, there was a buy at 364.
364, and right now you're trading at, about let me put it up here, 355, okay.
5.
Yep.
And when I originally put the order in, I didn't get as many shares as I wanted, and now that it's, coming back, I'm wondering, do I add in my full position at this point, or do I?
It's a great question. Great.
At this point, it's like you had your specific buy point, you got it, and you moved up, and you're like going, okay, and now we're moving down. We're not getting close to the stop.
Right. So, what you would take a look at. So when you take a look at it on a daily basis, okay, I'm just going to try to blow this up if you're watching on Tiger TV. And so let me get rid of that. So, what I've got up here is this great tool that's inside the software application I use that simply helps me understand what's going on geometry-wise, Fibonacci-wise, in between the different swing points. So the first thing that you'll see is we made a 1.618 expansion, off of the swing point low from November the 10th. That went up to a swing point from November the 16th. And what you also see is that you also are inside the bar from November 1st that had 681,000 shares. And so far today, you've done 239,000 shares in 2 hours time. So you've got some pretty decent volume today, and I'd wait to see your ideal place to add on this would be a test of that November 1st bar. Because then you'd be making a move of a move, if you will, and you're still inside this. I mean, I could see where you could potentially add. It's just that the volume characteristic today with it trading down, what you'd want to do is you'd want to drill down on an intraday chart, maybe a 10-minute or a 30-minute chart, and you'd want to see some other type of pattern that was forming, maybe some other sign of strength. What you did have here on the 10-minute chart, at 10 o'clock you had somebody unload 92,000 shares. So that's where all the volume is. But, Stephen, if you want to hold on, we'll take a little closer look at this. And, folks, you can get in on the action before the last segment, 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit tfnn.com today.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make. Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks, something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Go long, America! Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, your ultimate trading mastery system. Before December 31st, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. Thanks for joining me, and absolutely stay tuned because in the on-deck circle is our man, Larry Pesavento. That is going to be a great show. I absolutely love Larry, love listening to the show. There's so much to learn, so much great access to information here at TFNN. We're on the line with Stephen in Golden, Colorado, and we're looking at Exeter Resources. The symbol on that is XRA, and you're in, I think it was around 364, and looking to take the rest of your position. So what I do have up on my screen is I've got the 30-minute chart. So we were taking a look at a daily chart, and so I like to dig down and, see what other information maybe is underneath the covers. So I don't know if you can go to a 30-minute chart on yours, but you can certainly follow along with me on TigerTV. And Stephen, if you like, you can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com, and I'm happy to send you what we're looking at as well. And I'm noticing an ABC pattern, okay, that has formed here on the 30-minute chart. Now, the B point on this ABC pattern would be at 4 o'clock on November the 10th. And what you did there was 46 million shares. And this morning, what we did was you gapped down during that first half hour of trading, and you did that with 40,000 shares. So we broke that with both price and volume. And what that suggests to me is that you'll go ahead and complete an A to B equals C to D. Now, if we do that, it gets down to that 340 area, which I think was around the price point on the daily chart. I'd have to go back up, but was that what did I give you? That was a 340?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right. So now what you also want to take a look at, on this intraday chart here, is what is it going against? Well, the swing point that we'd be looking at, that 340 comes in at 12:30 in the afternoon on November the 1st, and that had 60,000 shares, so a little bit more, at 60,000 shares, and you have tested the top of that swing point, and you did that in the last half hour from 11 to 11:30, and you tested that with 28,000 shares. So, we've got a little bit of divergence, if you will, going on, because you've tested the top of that swing, and you've tested it with lighter volume. You closed above it, and now you're trading above it as well. But you have that gap down from this morning. So here's the way that I would trade this. I would either let this go ahead and get down to the 340 and then add to it, or let it get above your entry point, your 364, and let it actually get above where that gap was. The low there was 369. So either, place a buy stop, if you will, and let it prove itself on the upside, and then let it carry you along as it would have rejected this area, or wait for it to, if you're in front of your screens or what have you, wait for it to test that 340 area, maybe 339 exactly, on less than 60,000 shares, and then fire away and fill the rest of your position. Because you're kind of right now in this little, it's a coin flip as to which way that it might go.
Yeah, that's the problem. I was looking at it. It's like going, is it going to go down and really test that bar a little bit more? Or
what you've got to, if I was just looking at this chart, what I would be giving more weight to, I understand why it stopped where it did. Okay, that's just logical. That's normal. But what you did this morning in that half hour, we had that burst of volume. You had that burst with 129,000 shares. I'm going with 129 in the gap until you get back above that. Now, it gets to 339 on lighter volume, fire away and keep your stop in place. What I would do on your second position is I would adjust your stop down. If you were in at 364 and whatever your stop was, I would on your second position I would adjust your stop down to give it that same amount of room.
Okay.
Okay.
What software are you using?
I am using Ensign Windows. That's what you're looking at.
What's that again?
Ensign Windows. Ensign Windows.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, have a great day, Stephen. Thanks for calling, folks. Stay tuned for Larry Pesavento, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. sharp.